I think it's safe to assume that most of us spend a lot of time on YouTube, but I think I can speak for all of us when I say this website has its issues. And there are a lot of little things either with the website or the community that just get a little bit annoying. So let's talk about some of those today. Now first we're going to take a look at all of the answers that you guys gave, and then I'll give a lot of my own afterwards. When creators make an ad in the middle of a video right when it's getting interesting. Yeah, I mean that's kind of an old marketing tactic that they've been using on TV for years, so it's kind of something you're just going to always have to put up with. I hate how videos that are labeled just for kids disable the comments. If I want to watch an old Barbie movie, I want to read all the comments of people being nostalgic like me. Yeah, it's super weird that YouTube really cracked down on kids' content, like no comments whatsoever. I know they like to think that if you just censor somebody, then that just makes them go away, but I really don't see what this is accomplishing by disabling comments. YouTube keeps recommending videos that I already watched, or 100 videos from that one video I clicked once by mistake. Yeah, I've been having quite a few issues with my homepage lately. Like sometimes I'll go to my homepage and it'll just be really boring stuff that I don't really care about. But like a year ago, you could just refresh the homepage and you'd get all new recommendations. But now you refresh the page, you just see like the exact same videos, maybe in different orders. So I think they really need to work on delivering new suggestions. The YouTube topic/music things disabling comments, and the videos marked for kids disabling comments. This platform is great for talking to like-minded people. It's nuts that they can just turn off comments because they feel like it. I had a great conversation with someone on one of those topic/music things about similar music. Can't check out the comments on it anymore because people interacting on a video about music is bad, I guess. Can't wait until we can't respond to community posts. Yeah, like I guess I can kind of see some small reason why they would disable comments on kids' videos. But the music ones, maybe they were just tired of people always commenting, who's listening in 2021? That new change also kind of gave me an issue because, let's just say one of my secret videos has a clue in the comments section of a video that just happened to disable all the comments on that video. So I had to go put that clue on another video. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. Not being able to choose which version of YouTube you want to use. I miss YouTube Classic, or whatever the one from 2015 was named. Yeah, the YouTube Studio, like the new fancy studio thing that they forced on everyone, it has its issues. Especially for my word testing, so you guys know the big word list that I work on all the time. The YouTube Studio Classic was great. It was a very basic layout, everything loaded really quick. There wasn't a whole lot on the page, and it just gave you exactly the bare minimum information that you needed to know. But now they're just like, no, we're gonna make everything load slower, and we're gonna give you lots of extra issues that makes it much harder for you to test words. So yeah, I've been very avid about hating on the new studio because it's making the whole word list updating so much harder to work on. That's part of the reason I changed the word list to like showing the different levels of demonetization, because it's just so much harder to get accurate results anymore. This might just be me, but whenever I press shuffle on a playlist, it will bring me to one video, but highlight a video way far down the list. Yeah, YouTube kinda needs to figure out how to do playlists a little better. They just seem like really clunky, and sometimes I'll push shuffle, and then it'll go to a random song, but then it will just stop being shuffled after that. Like, it just cannot seem to keep its settings very well. When creators don't try to make ads even somewhat interesting. Yeah, you can usually tell the difference between the ones where people are just taking a paycheck and the ones that are actively promoting a brand they like. YouTube mobile always changing for no reason and having so many glitches. Yeah, I actually almost never even bother opening YouTube on my phone. I mean, I spend almost all my time on my PC anyway, so like, I don't really need to. But even when I'm like away from home, I'm like, oh man, I want to watch that video. I mean, sure, I could open it up on my phone, but I kind of just hate mobile YouTube. So I can't really relate to a lot of complaints about YouTube Mobile because I just stay away from it. I want to know who at YouTube thought it was a good idea to give content creators the info on if their viewers are subscribed or not. Hey, that reminds me, only so-and-so% of you are subscribed. And that's a big deal because I have over 20,000 subscribers but can barely break 1,000 views on a video anymore. Yeah, I don't know, I think creators are way too obsessed with that high subscriber count, like that's just the ego number. Whereas, like, most people's view counts right now are so much lower than their subscriber count. So I feel like having a higher sub count just make your views look even worse. When commentary channels spend the first 2 minutes repeating how shocked they are about the topic of the video before talking about the topic of the video. Hey, they gotta find a way to stretch the video out to 8 minutes somehow. There's a bug going around where YouTube's unsubscribing you thing. The worst way to advertise subscribing. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of people actually say firsthand, like, hey, I was subscribed to you, and then I just logged in one day and I was just randomly not subscribed anymore. I mean, I get that it probably is a thing, but again, I'm just like not that into begging for subscribers. The double ad feature is getting draining. When I'm listening to music on here, I get hit with 2 ads when a song ends, and 2 ads for the start of the next video. YouTube has commercial breaks at this point. Look, I know this is weird coming from somebody who makes their money from ads, but I highly recommend AdBlock. You will save a lot of time in your life. Or just go for YouTube Premium if that makes you feel better. Which is kind of funny because this whole channel is me talking about like how to get ads on your videos and talking about all kinds of monetization thing. Whereas like, I've had AdBlock for probably like 10 years. I don't even see ads like ever. Like if I go to somebody else's house and I open YouTube on their computer and there's an ad at the beginning of the video, by the time that ad is over, I will have already installed AdBlock on their browser. But for mobile users, sorry, that you're just gonna have to deal with it. Getting a community post from a creator you aren't subscribed to. Yeah, I have no idea why I see those either. Like, the only point in community posts is being like, hey guys, I want to just talk to my own fans. But then you see a post from some channel you've never even heard of, and you're like, I'm not involved in this. Like, what is the point? YouTube changing without telling us anything. YouTubers who screw up and don't address it. YouTubers who make morally bankrupt content for the sake of money. I know that YouTube likes to make changes without telling people because they're like, oh, we can't, if we tell them how the site works, then they might try to abuse the rules and they'll abuse all of the SEO practices. And we want everyone to just be in the dark equally. And then as for YouTubers who do stupid stuff and get themselves in trouble, I feel like the YouTube community kind of couldn't live without that. Like, there's way too many commentary channels who make a living off of canceling and making documentaries on the downfall of certain channels and just spreading drama all across the website that, like, if there was nobody doing anything wrong, people would be even more desperate digging into other people's lives to try and find something that they had done wrong. Humans are just insanely drama-oriented, and you're never gonna get away from that. This might just be me, but I hate channels that premiere their videos. It's annoying to look at new videos on your subs page and see videos you can't actually watch. I definitely agree with this one. Also, I see so many videos that have like a little fundraiser tag next to the title. Anytime I see that, I just skim past it because I kind of put it in the same camp as the premiere, or the video just kind of looks like an ad to me, so I just don't even bother looking at it. People making random polls multiple times a day to get interactions with their channel according to the algorithm. Yeah, it's pretty weird how much YouTube likes to push out polls, like more than anything else. Like, they might recommend a community post a little bit. They might recommend your videos a little bit more, but if you put a poll out there, then everyone on the website's gonna see it. I even ironically put out a poll that was just like, do you like answering YouTube polls? I can't stand the new Shorts feature. It's trying so hard to be a TikTok ripoff to the point where it's actively distracting to the actual video. They're trying so hard to make it into its own separate ecosystem, but it just makes getting info on the videos harder. Yeah, I haven't actually watched any Shorts on the mobile. I don't know why YouTube has to make it a whole different system just for short videos. I mean, we've had short videos on YouTube since YouTube was a thing, but anytime there's something successful, everyone else wants to try and copy it. Well, now I just want to talk about a few things that weren't mentioned in all of these comments. One of them is just annoying YouTube comments in general. So I know most of you have probably seen comments that look like this, where it's just some generic name with a timestamp and then like a really basic looking link. Now, I've never clicked on any of the links, but I've heard that they're like dangerous phishing scams, so definitely do not click on them. To anyone wondering, the reason they put a timestamp in the comment is it kind of gets around a spam filter. So I mean, the comment section is definitely good at picking up and filtering out what could be considered spam. And if somebody's just posting a link, then it's definitely just going to think it's spam. But since they put a timestamp in the comment, is that the spam filter will think, oh, well, they are referencing something in the video, so we'll give them a pass. And of course, all of these comments are just done by bots. And they're usually only done on really small channels too. Like, I've seen some videos that have like 5 views on them, and then they'll have 3 of those comments in it. So I don't know, YouTube might be starting to crack down on them a little more, so maybe it'll get better. And then there's some other comments I find pretty annoying. One is the very cliche whenever you're on a music video and people are saying, who's listening to this in the current year? And you're just like, nobody actually cares. This person is just fishing for likes. And then what makes it even worse is that they have to put an edit. They're like, oh, edit, wow, 100 likes. Edit, wow, 400 likes. Edit, wow, this comment really blew up. Thank you all so much. I don't know, any kind of comments that are just like, hey, like if you agree, or thumbs this up so more people can see it. I just hate stuff like that so much. And one more type of comment that drives me crazy are the ones that just post the same meme joke every single time. You know, example would be like, person says something, also person does something else. I mean, sometimes those can be funny, but when you've seen that same joke like thousands of times, It's kind of just a sign that people couldn't think of anything creative to say, so they just had to repeat the same meme comments that everybody else says. But anyway, I've just got one more thing to bring up in this video. I was considering making a whole other video for it, but I don't want to keep making more negative videos, so the one thing that probably bothers me the most about YouTube is probably not something you would expect, and that's the act of milking content. So I've talked a lot about when you want to start a channel, you want to do something where you can come up with a lot of new and original ideas. But let's be honest, not every type of channel idea is made to just be uploading new episodes regularly forever. But the problem is that every channel is meant to be so niche, it's all meant to be around just one certain topic, that you kind of just can only upload one type of video to that channel forever. So as a creator, let's say you've been uploading a bunch to one channel, you're gonna reach a point where you're like, alright, I've said everything I want to say, I've given every amount of advice that I can give. Do I abandon the channel, or do I milk it and just keep repeating myself? And I've seen a lot of channels that will just keep making new videos every couple days or every week, and you're just looking through their catalog and you're like, you talked about this yesterday, this is the same subject over and over again, maybe you change the title a tiny bit, maybe you just put in 2021 at the end of the title. And I mean, it's a problem for a viewer and a creator, because you sub to a channel, you're like, oh, this guy has really useful information. But then you watch a video and you're like, alright, that was useful. Then you watch another one, and then it's like, okay, that was kind of the same thing you just talked about. And then you watch 5 more, and you're like, alright, I'm not learning anything new, like this is just getting so repetitive. So I mean, even looking back to the Guitar Hero channel that I did a couple of years ago, I mean, I made videos teaching how to play certain patterns, I laid out all of the important information I knew to give, and then after that I just kind of stopped. I didn't have anything else to say, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. And it's really sad to just watch a channel just slowly go downhill and decay over time, because you're stuck making the same content forever. If you try to switch to something else, it just drops completely. So you have to either just keep doing that same thing and watching yourself go down slowly, or you just abandon it, or just go start a different channel. I mean, hey, look how many channels I've started over the years. So just to finish this off, I just want to show some examples of channels that really just do not need as many videos as they made. So like, some channels do just fine making the same type of video because maybe they're reviewing something and they can just review a different thing over and over. Those are the types of channels that can continue to live on forever. But let me show you a niche that is just like, I don't even have words for it. So if you ever look into like the whole crypto side of YouTube, there are a few dozen channels who all talk about Bitcoin or other crypto related things, and there's not really very much that they can talk about. But they all want to act like, you guys, this is so crazy, you won't believe what Bitcoin is about to do. I mean, just look at these, just like completely over-the-top thumbnails and over-the-top titles. Like I was saying with those kids' channels, it's like everyone is just screaming as loud as they can, yet they're all trying to just scream a little bit louder. And one of the things that makes these Bitcoin videos worse than like any others, I mean, yeah, they're all competing for views, but none of them know anything. Everything about crypto is just speculation. And so many of these people are like, Bitcoin's about to explode, this other altcoin is about to go crazy, you guys won't believe this, hurry, you want to make a lot of money. But again, they don't know anything. They're all just speculating, they're all just trying to build up hype, and they're all just doing these ridiculous, over-the-top, I mean, it just looks like spam, to be honest. Everything I see here just looks like spam. Alright, let's take a look at another niche that just gets milked way too hard. I mean, for anyone who started a channel, you've probably seen a lot of channels like this. Think Media's a good one. Now, I got nothing against this channel. I've learned a lot from them. They've been really great. But, I mean, how many hundreds of videos can you make on a single topic? Like, okay, what's the best cameras? Okay, that works. And, like, how to run your channel, how to be good on camera. Like, a full video for every individual thing. But like, if you actually try and follow all of these and watch every single one, you're just gonna get so drained by how repetitive it is. And I just have no idea how a channel like this can continue just making the same videos every single day. I mean, this is why you have 1.5 million subs, but only get like a few thousand views on every video. Because people just don't want to watch the same thing over and over again. That's why I say, like, the problem with YouTube channels is that they're set up to be like an endless series. But not every topic is meant to be an endless series. A lot of things need to come to an end. But YouTube is not structured in a way that people just expect that. Everyone expects it to just go on forever. So even like with this channel, sometimes I feel like I'm just making a video for the sake of making a video, rather than because I think it's going to be an entertaining thing that everyone's going to want to watch. And I would say that most of my channels I've made have a lifespan of like maybe a year, probably less. Because, I mean, I've only made, what, like 40 videos on this channel, and I already feel like I'm starting to milk it by now.